Good evening, everybody. This is Robin with another edition of Horror Pop After Midnight, and my guest tonight is filmmaker Dexter Williams. How's it going?
Doing fine. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. So, tell me about your horror film short you're working on called The Freak Carnival.
The Freak Carnival is about a guy who takes his girlfriend to this unusual carnival, or bizarre freaks and what have you, and they wind up literally going through a living hell, and it's some real outrageous stuff I've ever done. Some of the most outrageous stuff I've ever done in my writing, and it has it's done really, really well in film festivals. In fact, early this to start the year, the Freak Carnival was given the Best Short Script Award at the Independent Horror Movie Awards. It makes an award-winning screenplay, which I'm very excited and very honored and humbled with. But that's not all. I found out recently that the Freak Carnival is one of four scripts that has been nominated for the Best Short Screenplay Award at the Days of the Dead International Film Festival. And the winner will be announced at the Atlanta Festival on January 27th, which is the day after my birthday.
That's pretty good. Days of the Dead Film Festival is awesome, which is run by George and Audrey. They get a lot of great, talented filmmakers showing some of their indie films, and that's cool. You were one of the nominations for your screenplay for the Freaky Carnival. That's pretty cool. Days of the Dead's a great film convention besides a horror convention.
Yeah, I mean, well, at first it was an official selection, which I was very excited about. But when I found out that it was actually nominated for the Best Short Screenplay of the year, I mean, I'm flattered. And my hats out to my other ones who were nominated alongside me. They created the most scariest, most intense stories possible, and it's an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to be in their company.
So is this going to be your first Days of the Dead Film Festival?
Very first one.
Really? How are you feeling about that? Because it's happening this month.
I've never been to a film festival in my entire life. But for Days of the Dead, it's a perfect one to start my film festival journey, because it represents the single greatest genre in the world, and that's horror. There are other great genres, but there's something about horror that is something really cool, really special, and I am honored to be part of the horror community as a fan and as a screenwriter.
That's pretty good. So since you wrote the script, is this going to be shot into a short film as well?
That's the plan. That's my goal. If it does well in other contests and what have you, there's a good chance it will be produced into a really good, really memorable short film.
So when you did, when you came up with the Freaky Carnival, the Freak Carnival, when you came up with it, was it like an experience? Was it a life experience of you going to a carnival where you were freaked out, or was it just you just wanted to write something about a carnival?
Well, it's the latter. I've been to a carnival before, but never done anything that had freaks, what have you. I thought it would be very interesting to write something that had some really grotesque, outrageous, like I said before, stuff. And it turned out really, really well. And I've gotten some really positive feedback. Like I said, I won the Best Short Script Award at the International Independent Horror Movie Awards, and I got nominated for Best Short Screenplay at the Days of the Dead, and that was completely unexpected. I knew I had written something really cool and what have you, but I had no idea that it would be received so positive like this. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it once you get the script greenlit and start filming, some great horror, because I love horror short films too. There's some good ones out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing it once you film it. And I'm trying to picture what the freaks are going to look like a little bit in my head right now. Once you get it like full set on the small screen. You also you also had two projects you did, as well. Let's talk about Enslavement. What's that all about?
Enslavement is a cross between The Craft and Red Dragon. It tells the story of Kyle Watson, a shy teenager who is plagued by recurring nightmares of a terrible, horrific incident that happened to his parents. He's blacked out. He can't remember how it happened, what have you. But he's trying to live into his life with his aunt and uncle. But one day, at high school, he meets up with this quartet of strange goth girls, and they all are into reviving, to bring to life a pagan goddess. And the best way to do that is to have someone perform 3 human sacrifices to bring the goddess to life. And they choose Kyle, unbeknownst to him, and the head of this cult has a talent for hypnosis, and she hears of Kyle's nightmares, and her name is Chloe, and Chloe offers to hypnotize him to help him deal with the nightmares, what have you.
Okay.
And Kyle agrees, and it's a big mistake for him, because Chloe uses hypnosis to not to help him, but to take advantage of him and to try to make him the pawn of this sinister plan to do all these terrible human sacrifices to bring God to life. And it's a cautionary tale about you have to be careful who you deal with or who you trust. And recently, my screenplay, Enslavement, is a 2-time award winner. It won the Best Feature Screenplay Award at the Independent Horror Movie Awards, and it won the Best Horror Script Award at the Vegas Movie Awards. So, by the way, it was also a quarterfinalist in the Table Read My Screenplay Awards competition. So I was very, very flattered with that. And things are going really well for Enslavement. It's a film I'm very proud of. And it took me just 2 weeks to finish the first draft. 2 weeks, that's it. The quickest I ever had of any of my scripts, or my feature scripts. And I'm really proud of what the work I did on it. And I'm so blown away by the tremendous response to that script.
Now you have another one too, The Mistresses of Sleep.
Wow. Yeah. That's very more unique than Enslavement. Mistresses of Sleep was inspired by Italian actress Monica Bellucci after seeing her in a couple of films, The Matrix Reloaded, and especially The Brothers Grimm. I thought she would make a great on-screen hypnotist, so I tried to create a project specifically for her. I couldn't find the right project for her to write, so I ventured on to other projects, but then I got back to this, and it turned out to be a lot different, a lot better than I expected. Mistresses of Sleep is about a young lady named Laura, and she is plagued by nightmares scattered throughout time, one taking place in the past, one taking place in the present, one taking place in the future. And one day, she gets this strange invitation from these 3 mysterious hypnotists known as the Mistresses of Sleep. One dealing with past life regression, another dealing with present time progression, and another dealing with the future lives. And it's about hypnosis, dreams, nightmares, and reincarnation. And it has a surprise twist ending. And I've gotten more accolades for that particular script than any other script I've written, or otherwise. And that too has won a few awards. It won the Best Horror Screenplay Award at the Vegas Movie Awards, and it won the Best Screenplay Award at the King of Horror Film Festival. And I got to tell you, it's been quite a ride for Mistress of Sleep. I mean, this has real potential, and I want to bring something original to the table. And there are a lot of people who are complaining that there aren't enough original stuff. There's more the reboots and the remakes and the sequels, what have you. Nothing wrong with any of that, but they want more original stuff, something they've seen before, and they definitely fits that bill.
Boy, you're writing a lot of, getting a lot of good screenplays. So has there been any like indie horror filmmakers that have reached out to you about writing a script or helping them make a movie?
Well, there's one I met on Facebook named Paul McFall. He has a company called Pulse Pounding Productions, and actually they've optioned one of my horror feature scripts called Crystal Ball, and that's one of the first ones to. That was my very first horror script ever, feature or short, and that one is about a naive teen occultist desperate to make contact with her recent deceased father, and she gets the mysterious crystal ball to go aid her and help her to do that. But instead, she unleashes these otherworldly demonic forces, and she is forced to try to rescue her mother and her friends from the evil demonic forces that have taken over and wreak havoc on her town, what have you. And like I said, another cautionary tale, like Enslavement. You have to be careful who you trust or what you trust. And there are some things that are best left alone. And the script was optioned by Pulse Pounding Productions, trying to find a producer for that. And I try to do something original with each of my screenplays. I don't want to do something that's been done before, or if it's been done before, I want to do it in a fresh, innovative new way. And it can be a challenge, but it's also a fun challenge for me. I welcome the challenge. And so far, it has paid off for me big time with all these awards and accolades and options, what have you. And, I don't plan on stopping.
So since you're writing all these horror screenplays, now you're going to be, what wanted to make you work behind the camera? So are you ready to work behind the camera to see your scripts come to life?
I'm waiting for the right project to do that. I'm mostly a writer for the time being, but
okay.
I would love to continue to producing, maybe directing. But right now, I'm focusing on writing, and like I say, it could be a challenge, but I'm so blessed to have the gift of storytelling to tell stories that impact the world and get all the interest of people who read them, and perhaps when they're making the films, impact audiences that will really dig this stuff, especially teens and young adults.
So are you really big into horror? Is that why you got into horror screenwriting? I mean, all the stories you told me about your screenwriting is you have a wild imagination, which is great for horror.
Yeah. When I was younger, I only had a moderate interest in horror. I was more into action and lighthearted comedies and what have you. But one film changed all that, man, and that was A Nightmare on Elm Street, which this year celebrates the 40th anniversary of its original theatrical release on November 9th, 1984. Yeah, Freddy Krueger. New Line Cinema, the theater that spent $2 million on this thing, $1.8 million to be exact, bought the house on this, and won big time. It was named the house that Freddy built. I would like to call my career as the career that Freddy built because of Freddy Krueger, because of A Nightmare on Elm Street, that I just became a fan of horror and inspired me to start writing stuff that scares the daylights out of people.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
A huge debt of gratitude to the people who were behind that film, because if it weren't for that film, I would not be the horror fan I am today, and I wouldn't be the horror screenwriter I am.
Hey, that's pretty cool. The original Elm Street was, good in its time. It was it was like a independent film with like a young Wes Craven, and that film really hit it and just made his career. I mean, you got to love Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. I mean, my favorite films of that whole franchise would be the original, of course, and I also liked Part 3, and of course, I loved Final Nightmare too.
It's interesting you should mention Part 3 because Jennifer Rubin, who played Turin in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, happens to be one of my Facebook friends, and she played the character of Turin that was the major inspiration for the main character in my sequel to Enslavement called Enslavement 2. It's the very first sequel ever written, and it turned out to be a really cool character. Her name is Star with 2 R's. I was inspired by Jimmy Griss's character named Star in The Lost Boys, by the way. I got the name of Star. And we went with the mohawk, what have you, and it was really cool. One of the coolest I've ever seen. And I owe a debt of gratitude to Jennifer Rubin for creating that character and making it come to life and inspire me to create the main character of Enslavement 2 after her.
So, when you told her that, what went through her head when you told her that you based a character off of her on Enslavement 2? What was going through her mind? She was flattered, extremely flattered, and I thought it was very cool that I would be inspired to create the main character in Enslavement 2, and she's been really cool about the whole thing. I'm flattered that she was flattered that I got in contact with her and told me that it was very cool. That's awesome. So how many horror scripts you have written so far that's coming around this year? I bet you've been writing like crazy.
Yeah, I try to be productive as possible. I've been running for nearly over 2 decades, well, nearly 3, and horror's the greatest genre in the world. I've written some 20 plus short screenplays, and I've counted at least 12 or 13 horror scripts, feature scripts. So I've more horror scripts than any other genre, and horror is the greatest in the world because it's a adrenaline rush whenever you go to a theater, and it just scares the dead ass out of you. I love being scared. I love the fear of it, the adrenaline rush of it, and there's no other genre that does that so effectively. And like I said before, they have the greatest fan base, the most passionate fan base of any genre in the world. And I'm so glad, I'm so honored and privileged to be part of the horror community as a fan, and especially as a screenwriter.
That's awesome, because you'll be welcome to arms. So this is, and when we were talking about earlier on the show, so this is going to be your first horror convention ever. So,
yes.
I mean, that's cool because you're nominated for your screenplay, which is cool, and you're going to be at a cool film festival meeting a lot of talented, screenwriters and filmmakers. So what's going through Dexter's head when he first steps into his first horror convention to experience everything through the horror community? What's going through your mind about that, about you finally stepping into your very first horror convention?
Well, like I said, the community is the most passionate fan base. They're the most passionate about the horror. They're more passionate about the scares, about the characters and the situation they're getting into and what have you. It's like a thrill ride without getting or risking being hurt or what have you. It's real fun. It's like a release, and going through my mind would be yes. I'm not in Pennsylvania anymore.
So I can picture you walking through your first horror convention. This is happening to everybody. I can see your eyes like wide open. You going through the vendor tables, seeing, the horror celebs and checking out the awesome film festival. You're going to be like a kid in the candy store. And then after you do your first horror convention, you're going to be going, man, I want to do some more because it's addicting.
Yeah, it can be real addicting, But, I got family, family's the most important thing, but I'll tell you what, if after dealing with this Day of the Dead convention, I may want to do more of this because this is why I do what I do because it's for the fans. It's for people who are passionate about horror and what have you. It's for the fans, no more than anything else. I want to do it for the fans. I want to do them right. I want to treat them with respect and honor them because they honor me with their love and their support. And I wouldn't be where I am today without my real family, but of course some of my Facebook friends who are true horror fans. And I wouldn't be where I am today as a award-winning screenwriter for them. So the best way to do that get them back is honor them and respect them and give them the best, most scariest stories possible without resorting to cheap scares or what have you. I want to be real genuine and listen to what the fans say and take them seriously because, like I said, I wouldn't have a career in horror without the fans. And I just want to say thank you so much, fans. I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to disown you. I'm not going to disrespect you in any way. I will keep writing those great stories that give you something that you've never seen before.
Since you did a lot, writing a lot of screenplays for indie horror films, have you ever thought about writing a horror novel as well?
Well, novels aren't my thing. I try to keep in mind about that kind of thing. If I do something, like I said, I want to do something fresh and original. I don't want to write something that's been done a million times before. But if I ever do write a novel, I want it to be something really truly special. So I'm keeping up in mind on that. But right now, my main focus is screenplays.
So when you're not writing horror screenplays and enjoying horror films, what does Dexter like? Do you have like a passion you like? Something you like to do when you're not writing screenplays or thinking about horror? Is there any other fun stuff you like to do?
I love going to movies, man. I am a huge moviegoer fan. There is nothing like sitting in the dark theater, seeing the lights go down, the big screen lights up. Not just horror, but any genre, comedy, action, drama, sci-fi, fantasy, any genre. It doesn't matter to me as long as you give me a good story, a great story, memorable characters, throwing situations. I love that. I love talking with my nieces. One of my nieces was nice enough to set up the equipment to set up this interview. I love my nieces very much. They call me Uncle D. And I want to say hi to Michaela, Brianna, and Raquel. Hi, girls. And Uncle D loves you very much. And I'm going to make you so proud of you because I'm writing some great stories. Not just horror, but I can do other genres, but horror is the main thing. And just want to say hi to the girls and say thank you. Also say to my mom, my brother-in-law, and my sister. I love my family very much, and I love spending time with them. But when I'm by myself, horror is the greatest thing in the world, man. Horror is the greatest thing in the world. Movies are the greatest thing in the world, and there won't come a day in which I walk away from all this because I'm just having too much fun, man. I'm just having too much fun with this, and I love it. I enjoy it, and I'm not walking away from it anytime soon.
So where can everybody find you on social media to see what you're going to be doing next and some of your upcoming scripts?
Well, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, and anyone wants to email, you can email me at oyou78020 @hotmail.com. Once again, that's oyou78020 @hotmail.com. Anyone, any filmmakers or any producers who are interested in more about my work, what have you, will be free to email me anytime, and I will definitely respond back as soon as I can because and any fans out there, because like I said, they're the ones who inspire me to keep going. They're the ones who inspire me to keep writing. They're the ones who inspire me to keep pushing, or to make the best stories possible, put them on the screen. Because, like I said, I wouldn't know who I am without them.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with me tonight.
You're more than welcome.
And everybody have a great evening, and thank you for listening to Horror